It's crazy that anybody would ever ask this. If they did a couple Google searches, they would find out that that we pay all of our claims. And so it's kind of absurd, but I'll talk about this anyways. This is how I respond when somebody says, do you pay your claims, or is there any evidence of that? And I always say there's none. I mean, our company's a legal reserve life insurance company. If a life insurance company were to not honor, I don't know if you guys knew this, but if you don't honor your contractual policy obligations, or you fail to comply with the state requirements, it will have, its license would go away, right? It would be revoked by the state insurance department. That's what the state insurance department is there for, is they are going to slap big fines, and they'll take away licenses if you don't do the things you're supposed to do. If a competing agent contends or implies that our company does not honor its contracts, you got to ask them to put that statement in writing. Okay, so I'll tell the client, look, ask your agent, the other person, what he just told you, put it in writing and include the agent number on the paper, or even get an email. That's even better. They will probably refuse to do so. Why? Because they know that they could get in trouble for lying. But if they do, we will take up the matter with the appropriate regulatory agency. You can't just say stuff just because you feel like saying it. So be very careful, of being afraid of the fact that somebody might be saying bad things about your company, because it doesn't mean that it's necessarily true. You might want to say something like this, though. In other words, if I could prove to you that we pay all our legitimate death claims, would you agree to go forward? So this is kind of my direct approach. After all said and done, if I can prove to you that what I'm telling you is correct, would you take the next step? Would you go through the application process? Would you move forward with me? That way I can get a confirmation from the client that they feel comfortable moving forward. Be proud of the company that you work for, and understand that there's going to be words out there. Because we have the internet, anybody can say anything, they can write anything, they can claim anything. And by the way, there's usually very little repercussions from that. I mean, I could say that X company did me really wrong, and I could say that about the company, and I can spread it all over the internet. By the way, it's usually the competitors that are spreading misinformation about the other competitors. And so there's a little bit of a war sometimes going on. And this is what's interesting. What I've found out is my company, I guess I could say, rarely do we ever make accusations or say bad things about other companies. The only thing we do that the other companies don't like is we actually ask the clients to see their policy. See, this is why I closed 90% of every appointment I ever went on, is simply because I would ask the client, let me see their policy. And then I would get the policy, and I would go line by line with the client. And they would get to see in writing all of the bad things that were wrong with that policy. So it wasn't me saying that company's bad. It was proving in writing that the company was bad. So I would just simply ask the client, if you had a choice between this one and this one, which one would you prefer having? And 90% of the time, they would pick me. They would say, well, yours sounds better. Yours makes more sense. This one I'm getting ripped off because of this and this and this and this and this. This is why the closers close. So the next time somebody says, is your company going out of business? I heard you don't pay your claims. My other agent, he said all these bad things about you. Just be confident about what you have as far as a company standpoint. Be confident of that and be excited to share what you know. And by the way, I would also recommend take the policy of the company that you work with and go line by line and check it out and be convinced that what you are doing is right. It's the right thing, because once you have certainty about what you're doing and how you're doing it, and that you're doing the right thing. Because I think most of us, for the most part, we want to do what's right. We have that client's best interest in mind. We want to serve the community in a good way. So be confident, be firm in the way you stand tall, stand up straight, and look the client in the eye and say, get your policy, let's take a look at it. I don't know whether we're better or worse or whatever. Let's just take a look and see what happens. Does that sound fair? If you like this video, please share. Make sure you click on the subscribe button so you get, and also the notifications so you get all of my new videos that are coming out right now. So make sure you check them all out. Make sure you share them with your teams, play them at your training meetings, get people to start seeing different ways of overcoming objections, different ideas, maybe just different viewpoints about different subjects in our business. And by the way, I have a Wealth on the Beach Club every Wednesday morning, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you haven't inquired about that, make sure you do that. Send me a DM or send me a message on YouTube. Put it in the comments or send me a DM on Instagram and just let me know, hey, Daniel, I want to know more about Wealth on the Beach Club. And also, if you haven't gotten my new book, Wealth on the Beach, make sure you check it out on Amazon, Wealth on the Beach. Check it out today. I appreciate you watching this video. I appreciate all of you guys that send so many wonderful messages to me. You have no idea how it makes me feel. I am forever grateful to you and what you do to also add value to my life. Dream big, do it now. Thank you for watching our short clips on Alonzo Academy. If you'd like to watch the next short clip, click here. If you'd like to watch the entire podcast, click here.